Hey everybody, so it's day 21. No vlog from yesterday. This is almost like a live stream. I'm not going to really edit this. I am sitting here with a lovely coffee. It is quite hot and it feels really good. I'm kind of in the attic space, attic-like bedroom of a historic home that we are renting in the Raleigh area to visit George's parents, and it's nice. It's raining outside. It's a beautiful home. There's a lot of like beadboard work and just touches of a historic home. I really am loving it here already. The kids are having a great time. I think we can all feel like we just are relaxing and it feels good. So we're happy. However, I didn't feel like recording a vlog yesterday when we were traveling. I had intended to sort of show what it's like to travel with family and maybe get a little bit of writing in while we're on the plane and stuff like that. And then I just didn't feel like it. I felt really much like I try to follow my intuition as much as possible and listen to my body and my mind. And I just thought I need a day of not recording and just being fully present with my kids. And so that's what I did. So instead of a vlog from yesterday, I'm just hanging out with you today again. And a lot of you seem to like the sit down chat. So I think this will be a good solution. So Sunday, I also did not vlog, but I spent most of the day planning and packing and getting everything ready to go. And it always takes me time to figure out like what stationery I'm bringing with me. I know how silly that sounds, but I'm always like, because I could pack an entire suitcase full of my planners. And I was like, okay, I need to keep it down. But packed all the clothes, packed all the kids up, cleaned the house up a little bit so we come back to a nicer space, and got some last minute other things done. And I literally sat down and wrote about 170 words on Sunday. Expected that I was going to update every single day of Nano, trying to get that 21-day badge and then the update every day. And I lost it yesterday because I did not write at all on the travel. So I made it 19 days and I feel like that's pretty good. So we have like pretty chill and flexible plans while we're here. We're meeting up with George's childhood best friend, Frank, who is also our son's godfather, and Frank and Aaron have 3 kids about the same age as our kids. So we're going to go hang out with them. We're going to go bowling. It's raining, so some of our plans kind of got pushed to the side because we can't really go to like a zoo or anything outdoor. So we're gonna wing it. We're probably gonna go over to their house. I probably won't record much of that, maybe a few snippets, but I just want to be fully present there. So I will either do another sit down chat for tomorrow, or if I come back tonight and I write, I'll do a quick vlog of my writing. So one way or another, we'll have some videos still going up. Tomorrow we're doing a meetup. So if you are planning to join us for the meetup and you've been part of the emails, I will have emailed you before this video goes live. So check your email because you'll have all the details of where we're going to meet up. If you wanted to meet up in the Raleigh area and you didn't get an email from me, send me an email at sarah@heartbreathings.com and I'll send you the details of where we're meeting up tomorrow. It's very kind of last minute, but we had not only me, but several other people calling around to find places, and everywhere just said no. I think it's the holidays and a big group, and so we're gonna play it by ear and hope that it all just works out. So I will see some of you tomorrow, so we'll definitely record and vlog some of that. And then Thanksgiving, and then Black Friday shopping potentially. There is a shopping, like an outdoor shopping mall, like whatever outlet type stuff here. So I'll probably do some shopping and some writing on Friday, and then we'll be home on Saturday. So I'm not sure the future of the videos. I'll still try to get something up every day, but it might just be a sit down chat like this, or it might be a really short, just sort of here's how much I wrote while we're away, and we'll just play it by ear. And then when I get back next week, we've only got a few days left. So at that point, there will only be 5 days left of Nano. And so I'm like, okay, I've got to try to finish this short story because I've got a deadline. So we're just I'm gonna joyfully work as much as I can, and I'm gonna rest as much as I can too. So that's kind of the update there. And, you know, I know that some of you in the comments have expressed like concern that I'm working too hard or that I'm being too busy, but I promise you, I have a lot of routines and things in place to maintain my joy, to continue to rest and take breaks. But by the nature of breaks, I don't record them because they're breaks. And so sometimes I think it can seem like, oh, I'm just busy, busy, busy all the time. But I don't record the time that I'm just laying on the floor playing Legos with Evie, or just sitting on Andrew's bed, like reading a book with him, because those are more private times. So I think sometimes it seems sort of imbalanced because I'm recording the busy stuff and I'm not recording all of the breaks. So I think before Nano is over, I'm going to record a full day that includes, I mean, not obviously a 24-hour video, but I'll show more snippets of some of the break times, just so you can get a better sense of it, because I never want to perpetuate an idea that like we have to be busy, busy all the time. But at the same time, I do want to share, I talked about this on Instagram stories recently, I purposely want to share the stress, the struggles, the things that are hard about this business, because otherwise, you know, if I curated a perfectly joyful, perfectly easy, breezy, super successful all the time TV show of a vlog, then it wouldn't be real. And I feel like part of my purpose in YouTube and in my life is to share the real parts, even if it opens me up for criticism, even if it means some people don't like me, or they think I'm working too hard, or they, you know, want to judge or whatever. It's okay, because I also know that there are so many of you out there that want and need to see the reality of the struggle. Like, you can be a 6-figure earning author who's sold 1 million books and still be confused about what you're writing, still feel like it's not enough, or not like the money or the sales aren't enough, but still feel like you're not enough, like you're not doing enough, like you're not showing up enough, or that you're making mistakes. You can still run across problems with your story, or feel like you're not worthy, or feel like you're not a good enough storyteller, or you have so much to learn, or compare yourself to others. Like, that happens to all of us at every single level. And so you're not alone in that, and it doesn't make it true. So like, if I can show you that sometimes I'm stressed, sometimes I doubt myself, but I'm still finding my way to keep being successful or keep showing up for myself, then maybe you will also see how even in those moments of doubt, it's gonna be okay, and you can keep moving forward too. I mean, that's my hope. My hair, y'all, I don't have any hairspray and it's raining, so like, why did I even curl it? I don't know. I'm gonna put a hat on. I do have this raincoat. It's probably making noise the whole time I'm talking. But anyway, I mean, I think I'm just trying to say that like, sometimes I am too busy, and I sometimes do put too much on my plate, and I sometimes am stressed, and sometimes I do need a break. But also I want to show that because that's reality. And I also am taking care of myself and finding my joy, and that's also reality too. So I know all of those comments come from a place of love and concern, but I promise I am taking care of myself. And when I need breaks, I take them, and it's all good. It's all good. I feel like I've grown a lot over the last couple of years in terms of knowing when to take breaks. And it's going to just continue to be a learning process, a growing process. I am very excited, by the way. Something else I'll be working on while we're here is the HB90 planner for Q1 2024 and the goals planner for next year. I don't know. I had planned on making some bigger changes to it, but I don't know if I will or not. There may be 2 versions of the planners, one with task blocks and one without. But it's going to come down to time and whether or not I have time to complete it that way. If I don't do it for Q1, I'll do it for Q2. But those planners will go up next week. And this week, I'm trying to think if it's Sunday. I guess this Sunday, HB90 will open for planning for Q1. And this will probably be the last time that the course is run with these exact videos and at this price. Just because I'll be re-recording this video, all the videos for next year, and everybody who's an alumni will get free access to the new course, just like we did with Publish and Thrive. But it's going to be better than ever. But I've got, for myself, a lot of excitement for planning for Q1 because I am making some significant changes to my business model and to my time, like how I'm allocating my time. And I've got some changes I'm making in my business structure and my systems and how I'm going to do some things. I don't know if I'm really ready to talk about all those changes just yet, but one of the changes that I am leaning toward is moving to a subscription model for my fiction. So I have a bunch of books, obviously, that people are still waiting on. I have the 12th and final, even though some people are like, I don't think it's going to be the final book, but we'll see. 12th and final book of the Shadow Demon Saga. I have the 4th and final book of my Eternal Sorrows series. And then I also have started the Witch's Key series and not finished it. I also am going to be writing a Mirror of Shadows, which will be a spinoff of my Shadow Demon Saga. There might be an additional spinoff of my Shadow Demon Saga coming at some point, maybe next year or the year after. And I'm also, of course, working on Disappearance of Vanessa Shaw. And I have 2 more books that are like young adult supernatural thrillers that are not connected to that book, but they're the same kind of book. So one is called The Possession of Mira Black, which is obviously is she possessed or not kind of murder mystery. Similar to Gothica. If you've never seen that before, there's a lot of trigger warnings that come along with that. So if you are sensitive, definitely check out the trigger warnings. But I love Gothica. It has Robert Downey Jr. and Halle Berry. Oh my gosh, love that movie. But it is like, read the trigger warnings. It's not for kids. It's not for the sensitive of heart. But I like that movie, and so it's got that kind of vibes to it, but in a young adult setting. And then I also have a book called The Haunting of Luna Day, and that book is actually 20,000 plus words. It might even be almost 25,000 words written. It's another book that I started and didn't finish years ago, and I have that book in my head, like I see it playing like a movie. I know who the killer is. I know all the details. So that one will be coming at some point too. So I have lots and lots of ideas. And sometimes it's just, you guys know, if you've been following me for a while, it's been difficult to actually follow through with a lot of those ideas. And so I'm feeling like the time I've spent this year kind of, even if you didn't see it, resting extra. You know, I only ran Publish and Thrive once so that I had a little bit more breathing room and rest time just in my body, in my family, in my writing this year. And it really has paid off for me because I feel excited going into the new year about my writing and everything else. And just sort of cultivating that joy again has me writing again. I've written over 40,000 words this month. I've almost completely finished a book. And more is coming. So I feel like next year is going to be a good year for writing again. And I've been thinking about starting a subscription on Ream Stories, Ream. And if you haven't heard of Ream, it's kind of like a marriage between Wattpad, where you post stories chapter by chapter and people can comment on them and they can have conversations, and there's community built in. So you could post rough draft or fan fiction or all of that like on Wattpad, right? And then Patreon, where you have a subscription model where you have different tiers and people pay and you post blogs or extras or swag or, you know, other things like that. And it's sort of a joining of those two. So it's kind of like a Patreon for authors, specifically with the idea of community, and there's going to be discoverability, and the platform is much more set up for stories than something like Patreon. And I absolutely am excited about this platform. I have spent some time talking to Michael, who is one of the founders of it, as well as Amelia, who I got to meet earlier this year, and I adore her. And I think it's a future path for me. And so I actually held up this little planner. So Erin Condren had sent me this, which, by the way, if you didn't know, Erin Condren is running a huge Black Friday sale, and I think it's already started, so 30% off. And I got all the rest of the organizers. I think I'm going to get another tote. This pocket planner is also super, super cute. I will leave my affiliate link down below to their site. So if you do pick anything up, I would love for you to use my affiliate link. But this little pocket planner has a pin in the spine, and it's just this sort of vegan leather with a ribbon, and it has note pages, but it also has a monthly overview, Sunday start, of course, like all Erin Condren stuff. You have a place for your monthly goals, dates, and to do, and then another little page, and then it's a horizontal layout. And I brought this with me because I always bring too many planners, because I wanted to kind of play around with the idea of putting my Ream subscription information in here. So I think what I'm going to do is on the monthly, I'm going to put any new subscribers and things like that, as I haven't started yet, but I'll be starting it in the new year. Maybe with a Mirror of Shadows is where I will start it. And then I think maybe I'll do The Haunting of Luna Day in that subscription since it's already partially written. But you know, well, anyway, so putting the subscribers, so I can kind of get excited as I get new subscribers on the monthly, and then on the weekly views, putting here like which chapters are getting posted, which extras are getting posted. There'll probably be some bonus live streams and other things that are going on in there. But I got to develop my tiers. There's a lot to think about. So I think I'm going to put all that in this notebook. But sorry, my face is so close to the camera. I also have this one. Look how cute this is. It's like a little passport or pocket, I don't know, passport planner. And this is Moterm, and it's a traveler's notebook. And in the front, the first little piece of it is the sterling ink, little tiny one. So I've also been considering using this instead with putting story ideas and stuff in here. I don't know. Not that it matters. We're just chatting. I also brought my evening routine journal, and in the back of it, I pasted in 2024 monthlies so that I can spend a little bit of time while I'm here writing out all the conferences, speaking engagements, and other things that are already on my schedule, and start thinking about where this subscription might fall into it. My nervousness about starting a subscription is there's always that feeling of like, is anyone going to sign up? Are people going to actually pay every month to come back to my stories? The other nervous part of it is, you know, it's very public. Like nobody knows exactly how many books you're selling, but right there on your subscription page, it'll say how many people are subscribed. I think maybe you can hide that, but it just feels very public. And I feel like I don't want anyone to judge me if it doesn't do well. I know that sounds silly, but maybe some of you feel that way as well. And that's part of your hesitation. Another piece of the hesitation is, what if I can't keep up? Because I have already notoriously not been writing as fast as I wanted. So like a subscription means people are expecting something every week or every day, or how often you promise that you would do it. And so I need to make sure that if whatever I set up feels sustainable, even if I end up needing a break, which is going to mean being ahead of the stories, being ahead of what's getting posted and that kind of thing. So I have some thinking to do, and I feel like this trip is kind of the perfect time to do some of that thinking. So I did some of that here in bed last night, just kind of thinking through it, and I'm getting excited for it. It's always fun to try something new. It's always nerve-wracking to try kind of a new business model. I would still put my books up on Amazon and Google and Apple and everywhere else, Kobo, Barnes & Noble, but they would come to Ream first. And then my subscribers there would get free ebooks and potentially free paperbacks, depending on what tier they're in. And it's just kind of fun to think about. I also want to do some Kickstarter. I would like to do direct sales on my website. I already have my brand new website set up to go on to Shopify. So there's a lot coming. I'm having my entire Shadow Demon Saga put into audiobooks, which has started already. And they'll start coming out next year early. So there's a lot of changes coming in 2024 for my writing. I'm excited. I'm nervous. I'm going to do an entire video coming up probably at the beginning of the year about what I'm calling Project Phoenix. And that is very much going to be all about the things that I'm doing, the things I'm changing, the things I'm trying out. And all of that experience will go into some behind the scenes here on YouTube, as well as in my Publish and Thrive course. So if you're looking forward to that, I'll probably do some Q&As, some bonus videos and other things about that. But this has just basically been a random chat. So hopefully you're enjoying it. Let me know if you're doing a subscription at all, or if you've been thinking about doing direct sales or something different with your business for next year. I also, I'm excited for, I think the more we get settled in our home, the more I feel settled from just kind of the chaos of the last couple of years, the more I feel grounded and ready to take on this next year, and really focusing this year on kind of getting my grounded self back has helped. And I'm not fully there. I'm still healing. I'm still working to make myself the best version of myself that I can be. But that's a lifelong journey, right? Like we're always on that journey. And I feel like so many things that I've worked for in my life are coming to fruition. And I just want to take a pause and just like feel that gratitude, feel that excitement. Because I think sometimes when we work really hard for something and it starts to come true, there can be a lot of feelings of, but do I really deserve this? Is this really happening? Can I, like, will it all just go away? And it takes away from the moment of just being able to say, wow, I did this. Wow, this is my life. Wow, this is like, I did all this work and I'm finishing this book, or I'm accomplishing this thing, and just feeling really proud of ourselves. And sometimes I think I don't do that enough, and I know some of you don't do that enough too. So take a moment, put your hand on your heart, and just say, gosh, I'm so proud of myself right now. I'm really, really come a long way this year, right? So anyway, random chat, 20 minutes. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't know if I'll write today, but if I do, I will update you on how that's going tomorrow. And I will see some of you tomorrow here in the Raleigh area if I don't see you here on YouTube. All right, all my love to you, and I will see you next time. Happy writing.